crud. Tell me you got something useful out of the data from Axis.
You better believe it. Only thing is, well, we're not sure how much a difference it'll make.
Of course it'll make a difference. We didn't retrieve all that for nothing.
So most of what we've learned was logistical information. Where outsiders are stationed, how they plan to advance, and so forth.
Seems like that'd be a big help in a war.
Sure, if we could stand against them. I mean, we'll know what towns to evacuate before they're hit, but we still can't stand up to their forces in a fight, even if we ambush them.
Bullshit. I fight them all the time, why can't everyone else?
Yeah, but you're you. You've got the best weapons humanity has ever learned to use. A team of highly trained agents, and that thing on your arm. We only have so many XCOM agents, but the outsiders have an entire planet full of soldiers.
What are we supposed to do then? Just give up?
Hell no, of course not. It's just that we really only have one chance to turn this thing around.
Take out Origin and Mosaic.
Yeah, and I can't think of anyone better suited to do it. Sorry.
How are the outsiders dealing with the loss of Axis? He was the invasion leader, so it must have thrown off some of their plans.
We thought it'd be like an army losing its general, but we overestimated his importance. Seems like they're still getting commands through Mosaic. From Origin.
That's why he's the next target.
Yeah. Take out Origin, shut down Mosaic, and the outsiders should be completely cut off. Suddenly, we'll have the advantage.
If this mission succeeds.
We're all counting on you. Good luck.
What do we know about the alien homeworld? Anything about their defenses?
We're pretty sure the Mosaic core is located just off their homeworld. If he's broadcasting commands through it, that's gotta be where Origin is. The data you pulled from Axis mentions automated security, but there was no mention of guards.
And the Avenger can get us past most of the automated systems?
Exactly. You know, I really wish we had time to explore their world. Man, I'd pay anything to see that.
Maybe I could get you a seat on the Avenger.
Oh, no you don't. I said I'd pay anything. Not that I'd risk my life, thank you very much.
What do you think about our chances?
Your chances against Origin, or the chances for the whole human race?
One's not happening without the other, right?
Guess you got a point there.
So what would you say are the chances?
You don't want to know. The way people are betting, well, if you make it back, let's just say I'll be rich.
Great. Glad I could help. Looks like it's time to ship off. If I come back, maybe I'll bring you a souvenir.
You just take care of Mosaic, okay? Don't think I can ask any more than that. Still safe. There's gotta be a website.
Nearly complete. Casualties minimized due to effective evacuation, but neighboring communities are unable to take in further.
Good, you're here. I need a word.
Angie, how are you doing with everything that happened?
Axis is dead. As for Pete, I lost him years ago, Will. This was just the final goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. Now, let's get back to work. We don't have much time.
What do you mean?
We were right. This attack is the precursor for a larger one. The rest of their forces will be here in hours. A day if we're lucky.
Anything else useful? Weapon schematics, weaknesses, that sort of thing?
No obvious weaknesses, if that's what you mean. Axis was head of their invasion, so he knew everything about their troop strength and deployments.
That ought to give the analysts something to work with.
Not that we have any time. The main force will be here within a matter of hours.
Better than nothing. We can send word to evacuate while we try to shut down their command.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Weir is calculating exactly where we'll be going.
This strike sounds like it'll be a one-way trip.
Maybe. I'm not going to worry about it. If we die, we die. I'm going to make sure that Origin comes with us.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I've lost as much as anyone in this war, and I'll damned well be there to finish it.
You find what you were looking for back there?
I knew putting him down wasn't going to change much. It won't bring anyone back, but I can sleep a little easier. Thanks, Will, for giving me that chance.
I want you to know what happened with your brother back there.
Will, it's okay. You were right. It had to be done.
I only hope you'd do the same for me if it came down to it.
If it's you, I won't have to think twice.
Ah, thanks.
But thank you, Will. And I'm sure Pete would thank you too.
There's not a lot of time.
Understood. Go check on Weir for the target's coordinates. I'll be ready when you are.
This always was a nice office.
Tell me again how it happened. We're taking cover behind the crates when suddenly my mind was just full of this one idea. Over and over again. And what was that idea? Team leader is an enemy. Kill him. Over and over. He's an enemy. Kill him. But I wasn't the one thinking it. And what did you do then? I didn't do it. That's not the story I hear from forensics or from your remaining squad mate. It was my arm and my gun, but I wasn't the one who did it. I know what those bastards can do to a man. But from now on, any other teammate is only going to see you as a liability in the field. I know, sir. I'm reassigning you to base duty. Something quiet, away from the action. You'll also see the counselor 3 times a week for therapy and monitoring, in case there are long-term effects. Understood, sir. Thank you, sir. It's just... that wasn't me. I couldn't have done a thing like that. You're in a war. That's what we all tell ourselves.
Carter got access, took him out. Can you believe it?
Strangled the son of a bitch with her bare hands.
Come on, Percy. Maybe we can win this thing after all.
Oh, let's not get carried away here. I mean, we got one of their leaders. And that's great. Just think about how many of ours they got.
Look sharp, Agent. We've got a war to fight.
Hey! Hey, Agent Carter. Oh, looking good. I'd offer you a cigar, but Quartermaster says we're all out.
Paul Base is worried about the end of the world, but you seem pretty happy with yourself. Why's that?
Why shouldn't I be? I was promoted to team lead.
Congratulations. We need more teams out there. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, well, you just wait, Carter. Maybe next time I'll be the one they're calling a hero.
I hope the agents under you are just as happy with your leadership.
Ugh, they're the worst. Always getting themselves into trouble. Who did I piss off to get saddled with a load like Newcomer?
They might not be the problem.
You're right. Might be the gear. Old Webb is probably giving us junk just because he's bitter we're still out in the field.
Sure, that's what's wrong. Of course. Stopping Axis wasn't about getting glory. It was about saving the world.
Nice speech. Practicing that one for your medal ceremony?
Listen, if we can't focus on the war, there won't be any medals. Or anyone left to give them.
Sure, that's why you're volunteering for the mission to save the Earth.
We're all working towards the same goal. Don't blame me if I get the big missions. There's no shortage of things that need to get done.
Sure, securing supplies and evacuating civilians. Can't make a name for yourself by scavenging and fleeing.
No, but you can save a lot of lives. If you'll excuse me, I've got to prepare for the big mission.
Sure, just rub it in.
So there's me, crouched down, just peeking out over cover between shots. Meanwhile, Newcomer's across the way. And I'm over there shouting at him, waving my arms around, trying to get him to look. A what? That's what I'm wondering. Then I see I'm hiding behind a damn barrel full of gasoline. That's a mistake you don't make twice. Yeah. And what's worse, that's where Percy wanted me. If it wasn't for Santiago, I wouldn't have made it back. How so? I put a shield up for him. Just in time, too. Remind me to buy those lab rats a drink for those shields. We sure could have used those back in my day. Advantage. Good job out there, Carter. Just hope it makes a difference.
Mein Gott! Be careful mit that delirium! We must have the utmost caution!
Things seem scattered. What's going on?
Herr Volkers had my best men working on a special edition for the Avenger. I hardly have time for our latest breakthrough.
Special edition? I don't like surprises, Doc.
Not to worry, William. Just a small contingency plan. But in the course of its development, we made a most remarkable discovery.
So what did you discover, Doc?
It is a cure for the sleepwalker infection. Or a possible cure, at least. It has yet to be tested on a live subject, but Dr. Hera has high hopes.
So you think you have a cure for the sleepwalkers?
One of Dr. Veer's projects involves disrupting the connection to Mosaic. With some minor modification, and the medical assistance of Dr. Hera, I believe it could partially reverse the effects of the infection.
Even a partial cure is better than nothing. Can I do anything to help?
Actually, yes. Dr. Hera has asked if you could assist with the first human test.
Why me? I'm no doctor.
I do not know his reasonings, but I'm inclined to trust his judgment. If you have time, of course.
To find a cure, I'll make the time.
Wunderbar. He is preparing in the observation lab, and when you are finished, I would appreciate your report.
You said you're adding something to the Avenger. Isn't a flying saucer impressive enough?
I apologize, William, but Director Falk has demanded total secrecy on this project. Even the different teams do not know the full details of how their creations will be used.
That doesn't inspire a lot of trust, Doc.
I understand, William. I truly do. But Herr Falk saw how information about the Avenger got out, and he has no intention for that to happen once again.
Suppose I can't blame him. We've both got a lot to get done.
Indeed, William. In the next hours, we will decide the course of human history.
One way or another.
That's everything we need. Run those to the director and tell him I'll meet him at the hangar. Ah, Carter, just in time.
Got our travel plans ready, Doc?
Yes. I've just finished calculating the coordinates for our strike, and I've tested the Ven gate as well as I can, given the conditions.
We won't get a second shot at this.
Well then, I suppose it's now or never.
That's a strange thing to hear coming from you.
Sometimes the best test is a live one, Carter.
We're risking it all on this, but I know you haven't let us down yet.
I'll be risking my life on it too. After all, you'll need me there to operate the gates.
So, the data from Access gave you the coordinates you needed. Where do they point?
Most definitely. They point to a particularly isolated point in orbit around the alien homeworld.
Where exactly is the alien homeworld?
It's hard to describe precisely without a star map, but it's approximately 600 light-years away from Earth, in the Cygnus constellation.
They're a long way from home.
Planets that can sustain our kind of life are few and far between, even in an infinite universe.
You've opened other Ven gates before, right? This isn't all just theoretical.
Of course. You were there when Lawrence and I opened the first one.
That didn't exactly turn out well.
No, but it worked. And we've had success in smaller tests since then, using recovered outsider technology.
Well, that's good to hear, I think.
Of course, the real test will be transferring something as large as the Avenger. We'll see about that soon enough, though.
Any idea what we can expect to find on their homeworld?
Thankfully, the outsiders seem to have a similar environment and gravity to our own. No doubt that's why they chose Earth for their conquest. But the rest may be, as they say, quite alien.
What sort of defenses would they have?
The Avenger's stealth ability should get us past the toughest defenses, but it looks like you'll have to do the last leg of the trip on foot.
Just me and my squad in an alien base? Sounds like fun.
Their security will no doubt be fierce, but I'm happy to say it'll be limited. They apparently try to keep Origin's location secret, so they can't garrison an entire army around it.
We're gonna be relying on your work. I sure hope it makes the grade, Doctor.
As do I. You're not the only one whose life is on the line. Can't say I relish the risk of dying so far away from home, but how many scientists have a chance to see an alien world?
Don't think of it as dying far away from home. Think of it as dying to save your home.
Yes. That's much more comforting, isn't it?